Namaste. We are here for the session number 1 of day 3. The topic for today is Hindu Dharma. Give me a second. Sorry. The topic for today is Hindu concept of Dharma, duty, ethics, and morality. And yesterday was very there were many people and the topics were very interesting. The last session of arts, there were not much participants at that time, but we enjoyed a lot. And the recording will be soon available on our Facebook page, and we will be able to publish that. Now we will begin with the prayer with Gayatri mantra, and the prayer will perform each morning. So please recite Om with me 3 times. Om. 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 Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo devasya dhimahi Dhiyo yonaha prachodayat. Om Swasti Pantham Anucharema Surya Chandramasaviva Punaradadata Gnata Janata Samgame Mahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So I invite Dr. Harishchandra ji to begin with this topic. Thank you.
Namaste, everybody. Today is a very important topic, which is the heart and soul of Sanatan Hindu Dharma. Very first thing we want to learn, and we have probably seen in last 2 days, that Dharma should not be misunderstood as religion. If you go to India, read newspapers, periodicals, or talk to people, it's very common. People use the term Dharma and religion interchangeably. Indeed, this is the wonder that we face, that our language, particularly Sanskrit, is so rich. It doesn't have a word for religion. And also the non-Indian languages do not quite have a word for Dharma. That is the irony of the situation. And that is why this presentation is important for us to understand what is Dharma exactly, what is the true meaning of Dharma, and how it is different from religion, etc., that are sectarian They are for a group of people, while Dharma is for the entire humanity. Of course, the short answer will be, if all the people following all the religions, say their leaders, sit across a round table and they write their own beliefs, do's and don'ts, then the points, the items that appear in everybody's list, that will be Dharma. In short, what every human being is willing to accept, that is Dharma. That is the universality of Dharma that we are talking about. Very, as you know, the Sanskrit language, the words are derived from certain roots. All Sanskrit words are called as dhatuja. Dhatu is root, ja is janma, it takes birth from dhatu, meaning a word is always taking birth from a root. That being the case, the root of dharma is a dhi-dharanyo. What it means is something that we can assimilate, something that we can carry on and carry forward to our next generation, something that we can always preserve, promote, propagate, is always part of me. That is dharma. So it is not something I put on a shirt for a while and then I am on the dharma. And when I remove the shirt, I am no more along with the dharma. Or if I go to a particular place of worship, I am following dharma. When I get out of that place of worship, then I am not concerned about dharma. It's not like that. It is not bounded by space and time. It is very, very universal. And it is for every human being. So let us see. Indeed, in Sanskrit, there is a pair of words, dharma and dharmi. Dharmi is the thing, and its characteristics are called dharma. So it's just like this is dharmi is a noun, is a thing, and all its attributes, characteristics are called as dharma, that are word classified as adjectives. So noun and adjectives, they go hand in hand. Dharmi and dharm go hand in hand. Anything, any dharmi is known by its dharma. If you walk into a field and somebody says a cow has 2 horns, 2 ears, 4 legs, looks like this and walks like this, so you know some basic characteristics of a cow. And then you see a particular cow, so you say, okay, these are the dharma of a cow. And here is an animal. There is a good correspondence of what I have been told about cow's dharma. So this is that dharmi, that thing that is called as cow. So the cow and its characteristics are two sides of the same coin. If we don't know the characteristics, we don't know the thing. If we have never seen the thing, we will never know its characteristics. So sometimes we get to know a thing from its characteristics. And sometimes when we see a new thing for the first time, then we make a list of its unique parameters, unique characteristics, And then we listed that these are the characteristics of this particular thing. It could be an animal, it could be a bird, it could be a plant or tree, it can be a piece of stone, it can be the soil, it can be the sand along a beach, it can be billions and trillions of things in the universe. Everything is a dharmi and everything has a dharma that sticks to it, is it not? Like water. The water is called as say jal in Sanskrit. And whether it is water of Mississippi River or Thames River or Ganga or Yamuna, Kaveri, Krishna, whatever it is, the water bears the same characteristics. If we drink clean water, it gives us soothing sensation. It's same water. So that is the dharma of water, to lubricate our throat and to quench our thirst. If I am thirsty, I need a glass of water. And that glass of water quenches my thirst. So water has certain peculiar characteristics. Jal has jal dharma, is it not? Wherever it came from, it might have come from clouds up in the air, particular lake, particular well, river, ocean, whatever it is. As long as it is drinking water, it quenches my thirst, is it not? That is the universality we are talking about. So Jal has Jal Dharma. Vayu, air, has Vayu Dharma, is it not? Prithvi, the earth, has Prithvi Dharma. These are unconscious things. Now we can say conscious beings, cow, what is called as Gau in Sanskrit. Gau has Gau Dharma. It grazes grass and gives milk. Horse is called Ashwa. Horse exhibits Ashwa Dharma. It's so simple, is it not? There will be no cow in the world that does not exhibit Gau Dharma, is it not? That is the universality we are talking about. So there is, why are we so confident? Because there is some supreme authority who has made the universe like that. Ishwar, Brahma, Paramatma, there are many names. One name is Dharma Raj. Raj is Raja, authority, ultimate final authority. So he has the final authority to determine dharma of everything in the universe, is it not? So everything. A particular plant, a mango plant, has a mango leaf, and our botanical scientists have told us, they have understood it very well. So a mango leaf looks like this. And any other mango plant will have similar leaf, is it not? So that is Amya Patra, leaf of a mango tree, is it not? So we are very confident that if we know the dharma of a thing, we can know what the thing is. And if we know a thing, we try to know what its dharma. Because that authority has done so, is it not? Earth has gravitational force. Anything near to Earth, the Earth will pull that thing along its center of gravity. That is Earth's behavior, its dharma. Now the question arises about we human beings. That supreme authority has a fixed dharma of everything. That's how cow is programmed, horse is programmed, cat and dog and animal all are programmed in a particular manner that every member of that species in a given circumstances behaves in a particular manner. They are programmed. Now the question arises, that's what we are discussing this morning. Has he not affixed some mano dharma in we human beings? Did he forget? How come he forgets? Ishwar is perfect, so he must have affixed certain things, certain characteristics in us, we human beings. And that must be universal, like we have discussed universality of dharma. So yes, theoretically we have to admit and accept this fact that we also have one and only one dharma. That is human dharma, manav dharma, whatever you call it. We have to accept this fact because all cows go by gau dharma. All horses go by ashwa dharma. Water goes by jal dharma. Everything in the universe goes in accordance with its own dharma. So how come it can happen that human beings don't have a dharma? We have to have a dharma. Maybe we do not know it, that we'll discuss slightly later. But we must accept the fact that there is one and only one mano dharma. That has been determined by that authority called as Dharmaraj. Now the question arises, that is very important, that if there is mano dharma, if no cow can deviate from gau dharma, then how come we see human beings deviate from mano dharma? Why are we not like billions and trillions of other things that every human being followed mano dharma? Wouldn't it be a wonderful world if all human beings followed mano dharma? There will be absolute peace and harmony in the world. Climate will be wonderful because we would do nothing wrong. Every human being will follow mano dharma. It looks very good, but remember, if it happens so, if it were to be so, then we would be another animal. Is it not? If all human beings were programmed, he has that authority. If he made all human beings followed the mano dharma automatically, then we all human beings would be another animal. What does it mean? It means we will all follow mechanically, as a machine, as a programmed species, just like so many animals do. We would be another animal. We would not have any freedom. You know, freedom is a word everybody cherishes, is it not? Even as a child, as you are growing, well, as a little baby, you followed whatever your mother, your father told you. But as you are growing, as a teenager, you want some freedom, is it not? Every child wants some freedom, and your parents love to give you some freedom, is it not? And when you become 18, you will have freedom in many countries to buy a cigarette, is it not? When you become 21, you will have freedom to buy alcohol. You will have more and more freedom as you grow with time. Is it not? Freedom we cherish. And that's where the danger is. Freedom can be misused, abused also. Is it not? That's why we are discussing all these human aspects of life. What is our dharma? And why do we have freedom at the first place? If we didn't have freedom, I would also be another animal. No, we don't want to be. Nobody wants to be an exhibit in a zoo. No human being would like to be like that. We want to be a human being with freedom and liberty, with no limit. Sky is the limit, or beyond the sky. We want to think and do unbounded, is it not? Of course, we know our limitations, but still our mind goes without any boundaries. That's the power of human mind, is it not? Everything is doable, everything is thinkable, everything is achievable. That's what we tell ourselves. That's what we tell our children. Don't put yourself in a box, is it not? Life is full of opportunities. Think big and achieve big in your life. So that's the freedom we are talking about. That yes, what we have concluded by now is human being is a unique species by design of that great authority who is Dharma, that yes, he has affixed dharma of everything in the universe, but when it comes to human beings, he gave us freedom. Freedom to do what? Even if I know my dharma, I look at other alternatives. And I have the ability to deviate from dharma if I want to. Even if I know dharma. So this is very important concept, which we will discuss at length in the afternoon. That finally what I do is my karma. So today's 2 sessions are devoted to the dipole of dharma and karma. Very 2 most important terms of Sanatan Hindu Dharma. Dharma is what is expected from me by that Dharmayaj, but he doesn't make me an animal that I have to follow it. Just like your parents are giving you freedom, he also gives me freedom. Okay, this is level field for you. Do what you wish to do, but try to keep it in mind what I expect from you. So bearing in mind what I am expected by that Dharma, namely Dharma, I have to think. Okay, this is my Dharma at this point. Let me think. What are the repercussions? What are the consequences if I do this, that, so and so, multiple. But then if I think hard, I realize the wise choice is to follow the Dharma. Sometimes that is very demanding. Sometimes that is very courage that is needed to follow Dharma. But that is when I am being tested, is it not? That I will not give up my Dharma. Dharmo rakshati. Finally, Dharma will protect me. Dharma itself is that Ishwar, is it not? So if you have shown the courage to follow the path of Dharma, even in most difficult circumstances, then you are more and more loving child of that Ishwar. Otherwise, you are drifting away. That is his way of testing you, how much you love him, is it not? So that's what your parents do. As a teenager, they gave you, okay, we give you a pocket money, $10 in the weekend. They give you the freedom. How you use the $10, is it not? You have the freedom. You can go to a nearby store, buy anything you want. But you know it, when you come back home, your parents are interested in knowing, how did you use this freedom? Did you buy good, healthy things for your body? Food or drink, the snacks, etc. Or you bought something not so good. So first they give you freedom, then they want to know, what did you exactly do? How did you use the freedom? What was your actual karma? And if they feel there is a need to give you an advice, so that next time you use this freedom better, they give you some advice. Or they say, my child is good, fantastic. He used the freedom wonderfully well. Sometimes the parents are so excited. He did better than what I would have expected. You know, sometimes I have seen my child doing better than what I would have imagined. That is a huge joy to any mother or father, is it not? That the child has crossed the expectations. So freedom is very important, but then you are accountable. So these issues, the karma and law of karma, we should postpone for the afternoon, which is a huge, gigantic issue. Let's confine ourselves to dharma, is it not? Now the question arises, if dharma is so much integral to know, is it not easy to know that? Then yesterday I had an occasion to talk briefly about that inner voice. Because that is our supreme mother and father. He is never away from us. He is a guide, or she is guide, whatever. There is no gender, because she has no body, is it not? Ishwar has no gender, but our grammar, our language, our vocabulary forces us to use he or she. But never bother about it, because nobody would like to use the word it. It is used for unconscious. He is supreme consciousness. So we are in a dilemma. Should I say he or she? Of course, the words have a gender, so we follow the rules of the grammar. But in Sanskrit, there are a lot of names. Like I will say, there is a word apa for Ishwar. But apa is feminine word. Apa Devi. Is it not? Saraswati. That is another name for her. So there are words, masculine as well as, but don't bother about it. We have no such preference. Ishwar is beyond gender. So whether he is mother, father, then somebody will say, how can one be the mother as well as father? So, he is beyond body, beyond gender. That beautiful thing, what we call mother's love, that is coming from that supreme way. What is called father's love is coming from him. So we say he is supreme mother, he is supreme father, and so on and so forth, who fills up my father's heart with father's love, who filled up my mother's heart with mother's love, is it not? So we all thank him for what all the beauties of life we get since our birth, since our childhood, is it not? The question arises, how to know my dharma? So I was saying, as we grow, sometimes you are away from your mother, you are away from your father. If you carry a phone, you can call them and ask them, look, I am facing a dilemma. Do this or do that, buy this or buy that. Can you please guide me? But you know it, they may not always be accessible. Either you don't have a phone, or your phone has discharged its battery power, or they are unable to pick up your call, or you are far away. There are multiple. And when you will grow more and more, you become an adult, you will see it is not that easy to connect to your mother and father, that easy. That's where Ishwar comes handy. He is always with you. And he does his duty. So that is a very important feature of Satya Sanatan Vedic Hindu Dharma. What is it? He is always with me. And when comes such a moment that I am slightly harboring the idea, even before I do something wrong, I am beginning to harbor the idea to deviate from dharma, there is an alarm bell inside. He is warning me. That is called conscience. These are two words different. Consciousness is chetana. We all have consciousness. He also has consciousness. The proof of consciousness is to feel sukha or dukkha, is it? If you hit an animal, that also feels pain. So we'll say, he is a conscious being, is it not? But conscience is something different. This is a line of communication from him to me. That is very special line of hotline, what we call hotline. Animals don't need the hotline because they are always on the, they can never deviate from the. In other words, their karma is always aligned with their dharma. If you wish to use the word karma, actually we'll see in the afternoon, they never do any karma. They always do their dharma. In our case, our karma can be aligned with dharma or different from dharma. So we perform karma, sometimes that is according to dharma, sometimes it is opposite to dharma, so we call it adharma. So our karma and dharma, there is two line of accounting. Now when our karma, we are harboring the idea that hotline works. And there is a triple warning, not single. He warns you 3 times. He is your most lovable guide because he is most concerned about your well-being. First is called, the 3 words in Sanskrit are Shanka, Bhay and Lajja. The English term is doubt, fear and shame. Say you are in a store. I am sure all of you are wonderful children. But imagine a child. Sometimes we hear in the newspaper, one teenager boy is found shoplifting. He just likes a piece of chocolate, but doesn't have money in his pocket. He looks around and thinks, why not I just put it in a pocket? Of course, we know it. This is not our dharma. This is stealing, is it not? This is not our dharma. But suppose the child is for the first time in his life, is harboring the idea that nobody is looking at me in this aisle. I am in the corner. Why not I quickly put this and put it in my jacket? Nobody will see. If he is thinking of it, can you imagine what all is going on in his mind? He is shaking in his mind. There is something bombarding him in his mind. Though it is a very simple act, somebody is trying to stop him. Raising an element of doubt first. Is it the right thing that I am intending to do? He himself thinks I will do this shoplifting, but there is another voice coming inside. Is it the right thing for me to do? There is an element of doubt that I should not do the shoplifting. This is warning number one. Then he overcomes. He says, I am smart. I will do it. Nobody will know it. Nobody will notice it. There is no camera, no CCTV. He's smart. Boy is smart. He looks around, and then he overcomes this warning that nobody will notice. I am hungry, but I have no money. I need to take it. He overcomes this warning number one, doubt. Now comes another warning, fear. If somebody sees you, then he again overcomes this second one. He looks around carefully. Whenever you do wrong, you are not fearless, is it not? That's what is by fear. He looks around and he consoles himself. It's a very right kind of moment for me to do this shoplifting. He overcomes the second one. Then comes the third warning again. Suppose you were caught. Then even if the report will come to your home, to your school, and you will be ashamed of, you will be singled out among your friends. They will know it. That is lajja, shame. Name and shame, we hear this, is it not? Now the child is, no, I will make it waterproof that nobody can catch me. Nothing to talk about being caught and singled out. So he has to fight within himself with that conscience, who is so nice that Ishwar, he gives you the freedom, but he wants you not to misuse the freedom, not to abuse the freedom for the act of shoplifting. So he is warning you 3 times, one after another. And if you overcome it, then only you can do wrong. But it is in your own interest. That's what we tell every child. Be aware of this inner voice, this conscience. As long as you hear this inner voice, conscience, this will save your life forever. If you meet a hardcore criminal, I don't know how to meet. Suppose you visit a correction center, a prison, and suppose you are face to face with a criminal who is a robber, mugging others, senior citizens, taking away their things on the street, this kind of a thing. You may wonder, you may even ask him, didn't you have this conscience, inner voice? He is most likely to say that, yes, when I was a child, like you, I heard this inner voice. But I began to ignore it. And today I don't even, when I was doing all these bad things, police caught me. In that particular day, I will say, there was no inner voice. It's not that there was never an inner voice, but I became habitually, I began to ignore it. So our first advice to all our children, all the children of the world, particularly those who are from the families of Sanatan Hindu Dharma, heed this inner voice. Once you begin to ignore it, that will be to your disadvantage. You will be going to a wrong path, and when you diverge too far away, it's very difficult to backtrack sometimes, is it not? So always remain on this righteous path, come what may. Don't ignore this inner voice. That tells you what Dharma is. Now somebody says, an adult, well, I have no inner voice. Or there are occasions when I don't feel, I don't find any inner voice. Now there is something like formal packages, guideline. If you don't get the advice of Ishwar, then we have a lot of advice from the rishis. So let's look at it one after another. What is it? Because dharma is so important. And of course, as I said about inner voice, look, that inner voice is very friendly. Even if you are doing dharma, there is that inner voice, something inside you that gets you excited. Just imagine, you decide to celebrate your next birthday by visiting an orphanage and distributing some special food to those unfortunate children. Just imagine, which is a very noble act, is it not? Sharing your joy with others, particularly the unfortunate children who have lost their parents. In this pandemic, because this pandemic was unusual, the virus attacks grown-up people and is less likely to attack children. So we hear the stories, both mother and father are in hospital and small children are alone at home. And then there are cases where both the parents died to this virus originating from Wuhan, a city in China, Wuhan virus. Both the parents died and little children are left at home. Who will take care of them? Finally, they will be put into an orphanage where the government takes care of their food and other basics. But mother's love and father's love has no substitute, isn't it? You know it. A little child may be supplied with everything: food, water, toys, education, and all the stationery, books, etc. But nobody keep them that mother and father's love, is it not? They can be taken care of, but that is, child can feel that. So you say, a small child says, okay, I have been enjoying my birthday with my friends, my brothers, sisters, cousins, and all family. But this time I want to have a different kind. I want to visit an orphanage and buy a few special things which they don't get day to day. Or my mother will prepare some special dish which I like and I want to serve them. Now just imagine, you must have done many such things in your life, is it not? Just imagine when you have the first idea, instead of doubt, shanka, you have excitement, is it not? Utsaha. Instead of bhaya, fear, you are telling everybody there's nothing to be afraid of, is it not? And instead of lajja, you tell your friends, look, I did this, I enjoyed it, I went there. Look at on one side, if the child does shoplifting, he has to be quiet for whole life. And keeping a secret, closely guarded secret for whole life, I tell you, is a torture. You are doing torture to your own self. So it's very easy. Even if somebody has done something wrong, at the very first instance, you should admit. That is called confession. I did this. So that it is clean slate. And anybody will forgive you, no problem. As long as you have willingness to return to the path of Dharma, everybody will hug you, love you, and kiss you, no problem. But if you do something wrong and hide it from others, keeping it closely guarded secret, that will cause, that is what, as a grown up, builds up like stress. Very, very harmful thing. And if we do according to Dharma, like we described a scenario, you decide to have celebrate your birthday in the company of orphan children. Instead of doubt, fear, and shame, you are excited, you are fearless, and you want to tell everybody, look, I did this, I enjoyed my time. Is it not? So, that Supreme Being takes care of you in positive manner in all circumstances. But now we are talking about, suppose we are disconnect from that hotline. Suppose that happens. Then we have guideline from our rishis, from the noble people in the society, from the parents, from the teachers. We have guidelines. We can always know what our dharma is. So first guideline is, of course, from the Vedas, because that is a formal set of instructions that we discussed yesterday. Formal set of instructions of do's and don'ts by Ishwar. So he ensures that all the human generations will get a code of conduct. So that is what Manu is writing. Dharma jigyasmana nam pamanam paramam shruti. This is a small part of his shloka. What it means is, if you desire to know Dharma, then the final authority is that of Shruti. And yesterday we learned Shruti is another name of the Vedas. And same Manusmriti says, Vedo Akhilo Dharma Moolam. Means root of all the Dharma is in the Vedas. So if you pick up some Vedic message, then you will have no ambiguity, no confusion about Dharma, is it not? Now, that being the case, again, we need some base. Somebody may say, I am unable to study the Vedas. I don't have access to it. I don't know the language. And yesterday in the afternoon, talking about Shaddarshan, again, we said the same message, that Mimansa, whatever is do's and don'ts in the Vedas, that is the Dharma. So I have given you two quotations from Manusmriti, one from Mimamsa Darshan, that if you have missed the hotline contact, then you read the Vedas or some gist of the Vedas, you will get to know what Dharma is. Then somebody says it's too complicated, this and that. Then in our literature, there is a simple term that is called paropakar. English translation close to it will be charity. Thinking good about others. If you are guided by this single line of focus, I want to do good to others. I don't want to harm others. Definitely, I never want to harm others. I never want to hurt others. Over and above that, I want to do good to others. Just like I have more than I need, I can share it with the orphans. That is an idea of doing good to others. They are less fortunate. I am more fortunate. I can share with others. So like that, if you think, you will see that you have much more than many unfortunate children in the world, is it not? Then you are geared into this thinking, how can I make their life better? If that becomes your guideline, if that becomes your line of action, you will be always on the right track. You will say, I want to become a doctor. And there are much less hospitals in certain part of the world. I will open a hospital, nursing home there, and take away the pain, misery, distress of others. Paropkar. Or there is less drinking water there. Let me find ways how they don't have to walk long distance for water. So you can, as you are growing, you can come up with fantastic ideas that does good to others, even animals or birds. And right now you can put a small, water pot in your backyard so the birds can drink water in the hot summer, is it not? Or some food grain for the birds. So whenever you are guided by this sort of idea, maybe small idea, but thinking good about others, that is called a paropkar. Simple term. Pa is others, upkar is charity, benefit. If you are guided by this simple one term, you are always on dharma. Then our rishis have said, again in single term, somebody said, ahimsa paramo dharma. Because people want one line, one word guideline. Okay, paropkar, somebody says too complicated. Thinking good about others, it's going beyond something. They said, okay, you cannot do good to others. Don't hurt others. So they said, ahimsa paramo dharma. Okay, you cannot make new water sources or water bodies there, but at least don't do anything that hurts them. So that became ahimsa paramo dharma. Then in the same Manusmriti, there is another interesting part. Nahi satyat paro dharma. There is no dharma beyond satya, truth. That can also be your magical word. If you are truthful, if you always obey the principle of truth, you are always on dharma. You don't speak a lie. Why will you do shoplifting? If somebody asks you, did you do it? If you are truthful, you have to say, yes, I did it. Then it doesn't make sense, is it not? So you will always end up doing nothing wrong because I have bounded by the principle of truth. So if truth, satya, or ahimsa, not to hurt others, any of this becomes your guideline, you are always on dharma. Now there is an interesting digression for a while. That, okay, there is a proverbial story that you are sitting in a village home in a veranda, relaxing, and a cow goes running like this. And there is a T junction And you can see it like this, that cow took a right turn. And then comes a butcher with a big knife. He is also coming running. So you think, just now a cow ran by. This butcher wants to catch cow and kill it. So the butcher is asking you, you are the witness. Did cow take a right turn or left turn? You know. So you will say, I am following ahimsa. Ahimsa means that innocent cow should not be killed. And I saw the cow going towards the right. So I will misguide this butcher. I will say, no, the cow went to the left. That way I will save the innocent cow, because I am guided by ahimsa. So he decides to say a lie to that butcher, that instead of right turn, the cow took the left turn. So now this person is asking us, me, that you are saying ahimsa param dharma. You are also saying nahi satyat paro dharma, satya is the dharma. So what is this? If I follow ahimsa, I have to tell a lie. Now either I follow ahimsa or satya. So you are saying both are dharma. How does it work here? You know, so this is called as dharma sankat. You know, what is actually my dharma? But it is very simple. You have to have a guideline. If you are in ahimsa, you tell the lie. You tell him he cow took the left turn. Then don't bother about it. Now comes a person who is saying Satya is the param dharma. Truth is the. Now how will he analyze this situation? It's not difficult for him. He will again tell the butcher the same thing. Cow went to the left turn. Then you ask him, why are you lying to him? And you say, Satya is your dharma. Then this person will say, the bigger Satya is, the cow has a right to live in this world. That is the biggest truth in the world. That cow has a right to live in this world. That is a truth. And that cannot be shaken. This butcher has no business to kill that cow. I don't want this butcher to violate the principle of the truth, that the cow has the right to live in this world. So both can argue this way. So whatever you choose, ahimsa or satya, you will always be on the path of dharma, as long as you are honestly pursuing ahimsa or the satya. You know, it's very simple. I'll give you a similar circumstance. Battlefield. Your country's soldier is on this side, and there is an enemy soldier. So your soldiers kill an enemy. Now the person of ahimsa will say, he is doing hinsa. Then no, our soldier will say, no, I didn't do ahimsa. I did not violate ahimsa. If I let the enemy soldier come into our territory, they will hurt our population. So not to happen that, I have killed the enemy soldiers. So killing the enemy soldier is also ahimsa, because that removes the possibility of enormous torture and harm that the enemy soldier will inflict upon our population, is it not? So seemingly, these are certain difficult circumstances. But if you are honest to your principle, be honest to one, whatever you have chosen, ahimsa payam dharma or satya payam dharma, you will always be on the path of dharma. Now I should wrap up in next few minutes, very quickly, but we have discussed it at length. There is no confusion. We have seen Dharmaraj, we have the freedom, we have the closest guide is that hotline, the conscience. Then we have a formal book, namely the Vedas. If we follow the do's and don'ts of the Vedas, we are on Dharma. If we do not go to that formal study, then you follow simple term paropkar. Okay, you are not that enterprising, you won't go out of your home to do good to others. Okay, then very simple, ahimsa, don't hurt others. Or you choose satya, always be open to the truth, follow the path of truth, and accept truth like anything. Okay. Even then somebody is, I get confused this and that. Now there is a very simple guide. Atmanukulani. What you feel in those circumstances, what you feel ought to be done. Like we say, you put yourself in other shoes. It's simple, is it not? Simple. Like you are visiting your friend, you are playing together. After a while, you get thirsty, you get hungry. What do you expect? You expect your friend to offer you water, food, and so on, isn't it? Of course, next time when he visits you, you should offer food, water to him at the right time, is it not? When he gets hungry or thirsty. So you have to think, if I was in his place, what I would expect. It's very simple. So do unto others what you would expect others to do to you. It's so simple, is it not? If you are the owner of a storekeeper, you wouldn't like anybody to do shoplifting. You don't do shoplifting. It's simple. So that is a simple guideline. You know, Dharma is very simple. Now, the same Manu, that is a very famous shloka, Dhiti Kshama Damos. If you have assimilated Dharma, then what would you be like? So this is how to know a person that he is embodiment of Dharma. They are nice, good people in the world. And then follow their style of living, their work habits, etc. So that is, they will have patience, they will have forgiveness. So there are 10 such characteristics they will exhibit, is it not? And then in our literature, we have said, two great heroes, Ram and Krishna, is it not? Ram is from ancient time, about 64,000 years. But Krishna is just 5,000 years. What we are told is, they are simply embodiment of Dharma. They didn't do anything wrong, is it not? So if you hear the stories of Ram and Krishna, they are the models, model citizen, and that's the way we can become. I am not saying they were ordinary people, but when we say they were our heroes and models, what it means is any ordinary human being can become like them. They are our models, is it not? Everybody cannot become Rishi like Patanjali or Kapil, but every child can become Ram or Krishna, is it not? That is what we mean by embodiment of Dharma. So their stories are very good to hear. You enjoy hearing them, but inculcate those things. So Ram is saying as Murtiman, Dharma ka Murtiman Swarup. Embodiment. If you want to know what Dharma is, a human life following Dharma, look at his life. Now Dharma has certain other pockets, what is called as Swadharma. Something is something, somebody's Dharma, something is somebody. Like in student life, Dharma is to study. to do physical exercises, to build everything for self-development. But your parents, they have the dharma to raise the children, is it not? They have to pay more attention to their children than to themselves. They have to make this sacrifice because that is grihastha dharma, is it not? Your dharma is brahmacharya dharma for self-development. Theirs is grihastha dharma, family taking care. And then you have a grandparent in your home. He is going for volunteering here and there. And you ask him, why do you waste time there? No, I love doing for others without expecting any reward. I don't need any money. I give my time and money for the good of others. That becomes one prastha dharma. Dharma in it I have. So these are in different space and time. Is it not? Same thing is war dharma. Like a soldier will have a dharma to kill the enemy. Is it not? But a teacher will have a dharma to work hard, do the research so that I can teach my children better. So Brahman dharma is to remove ajnan. Kshatriya dharma, Kshatriya dharma is to remove injustice. The businessman, farmer, and other those who are in Vaishya dharma, they have to take care of that. Everything is available at every place at a affordable, reasonable price, is it not? That is his dharma. So everybody follows his dharma. This is called as swadharma. And then there is something called kul dharma. This is my family line. Sometimes we bear a particular tradition. Like in Valmiki Ramayana, Sri Ram is always saying, in my family, the tradition is, if we have given a word, we do exactly that. So my father has given me a command to go to the forest exile for 14 years. This is the unique feature of my kul dharma, Raghukul. I am part of this and I will do it. So he thinks this is his supreme duty because his Raghukul is known by this particular aspect of trait of a human virtue. So he says all other things are lower level. This is my guide. So he follows. My father has given me a command to go to forest exile for 14 years. That is my kul dharma. So, dharma will come in different contexts, but no problem. There should be no confusion. It is very, very simple and straightforward. If you are on the righteous path, you are always on dharma. Thank you very much for your attention. This was a very important topic. The bottom line is dharma has nothing to do with religion. Be proud of your tradition that you are a part of Sanatan Dharma. That is not a religion, is it not? That is not a religion. That is not sectarian. What you are following is universal code of conduct, whether it is morality, whether it is ethics, whether it is highest achievable conduct. It is Satya Sanatan Vedic Hindu Dharma. So we are all part of this, and this can make the world better and better. Thank you all for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra. It was very deep philosophy, simply explained, and very interesting. I am opening this session for question answers now. And if anyone has to say something, please unmute yourself. It will be better if you write your questions in the chat box. And I request each speaker to in the next session, please check with all our participants who are registered for this, our youths, what have they learned from the previous session. Priya, thank you. कोई कुछ कहना चाहता है? Yes, yes, please, Garima ji.
Namaste all. Dr. Ji, your session was amazing, beautiful. I really enjoyed it. Just generally wanted to ask you, there are lots of wrong things are happening in the society. And so when these wrong things are happening in the society, what is your view on about the karma and dharma wrong happening in the society?
Well, if it is something wrong, that means it is not in accordance with Dharma, and that has become prevalent, say like meat consumption or alcohol consumption, or, there can be hundreds of things going on, have become prevalent in our society. Then, of course, first thing is we should not become a part of that. We should remain untouched by such wrong things. And then second thing is, if we can remove that wrong thing, we can probably educate others against say meat consumption or alcohol consumption or tobacco or drug abuse, etc. So we should try what we can do so our friends are not prone to this. First, I should not be falling into trap of such things. Secondly, less and less people. And third, maybe I can do is those who are fallen into the trap, how can we help them get out of this swamp, this wrongdoing? So, there is everybody can think in how can we lessen the negativity and build up positivity.
So is it a dharma? Is it our dharma that something going wrong in our society, very nearby, until unless it's not affecting us personally at a personal level, should we get involved in that and
Well,
try to?
one thing we have learned from current pandemic is it has become a smaller world, and there is nothing we can say doesn't affect everybody. So everything is affecting everybody else. So one has to, even I will say, if your streets are not clean, then that will one day affect you also, because dirt will enter into your home, or it will give rise to the buildup of mosquitoes or something like that. So we should have a slightly wider view that, okay, it doesn't affect me, so I'm not concerned about it. And more we think, we will realize everything concerns us sooner or later. So we must build up a strategy how I can stay away from it, how my children, grandchildren can stay away from it, how others can also stay from, because others are not others really. We are all one Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, So we are all one family. So we have to widen our view and try to do as much as we can to lessen others' suffering. The term others is not quite right term. We are all one, So we should always be on lookout for something, we have to do something which is slightly more than what I am doing today. So let it not be a comfort zone. We are limited into our comfort. Like the organizers of this camp, they could have just, why are they taking pain to organize? They must be well off within their homes. But they also came out of their comfort zone. That this is more or less, we are homebound. We cannot give the opportunity to the children in summer to be in the open, and because of pandemic restrictions. But okay, let us still do something online, and so that they can utilize this time in a positive manner. So, the basic thing is, okay, it's good to be in a comfort zone, but stretch the limit as much as you can. Our life has to be dynamic. That is what is Vanne Mani. That is the philosophy of karma. We have to move on. We cannot be stagnant.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Dr. Saab. It was a beautiful session. Thank you, organizers. I thoroughly enjoyed the entire session. I attended first time, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Garimaji. Thank you very much. If anyone else has to say, to add, or to ask anything, please. Otherwise, we will wrap up this session. And our next session will start in 44 minutes now from now. And our speaker will be Nilesh Okji, and he will be talking about mysteries of ancient India, astronomy, history, and mathematics. So please be on time and join us. Thank you.
So Kavita ji, all these sessions are different sessions, not repeated.
Yeah, no, not repeat.
Okay.
We have total 40 topics which will be covered here.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ji. Namaste.